Andrea Needles, the fitness director at Creighton Farms. I wanted to put you through a pretty quick, but yet effective, lower body workout that will work your quads, hamstring, and the all-important glutes, your butt. Basically, it's gonna be no time at all to get every body part in your lower body worked, and I'm gonna show you don't need much equipment. I do happen to have some small weights, so I'm gonna use those to demonstrate, but don't let that stop you if you don't happen to have them. Or again, you can actually use items that you find in your home, household items like a water jug, fill it with big jug, about a gallon. You can fill that with, keep it with water or anything you want, but if you happen to have some small weights, great. If not, you just want to do body weight, it's effective for that too. So we're gonna start with a brief warm up. I'm gonna go sideways so you can kind of see my posture. So I wanna make sure that you really pull your abs in and your pelvis pulled forward. So if you keep that through the whole workout, that's gonna be the one thing that I really wanna emphasize more than anything else. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick body weight warm up of 15 squats. I'm doing a neutral stance squat. And I always tell my clients, it's like you're sitting in a chair. And I'm gonna go forward, finish up my last 7, 6, 5. Your hands can be kind of anywhere you want to for our purposes. 3, 2, 1. Next thing I'm going to do is just kind of throw my leg back and forth, just kind of loosening up my hip flexor in the front of my leg. Just going to do about 8 to 10 of these. 10. Make sure you're really focusing on your breath too. Nice deep breaths. And exhaling. 4, 5. I'm going to do a few more. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so different stances of your squats work different body parts. So first, I'm going to focus on my quads. So I'm going to take a light weight. I'm going to put my legs about hip width apart, and I'm just going to squat with my knees facing forward. That's going to put a little bit more emphasis on the front of my legs, and I'm doing another 15 reps of this. This also keeps a little variety, so you don't have to sit there and do 4 or 5 sets of the same stance. You can kind of mix it up. 7, 7. I'm not going below parallel because I'm focusing on the front, my quads. If you go a little bit lower than parallel, then you focus a little bit more on the back of your legs and the glutes. We'll do a few more. Okay, now in between, so I make good use of my time, I'm going to switch to a glute raise, which is going to work my glutes, and then I'm going to come back and do a second set of squats. So if you have a chair at home, you can do these flat, feet flat, or you can have a small bench. I'm going to use this. I'm going to keep my back flat, and I'm going to go ahead and do, my feet are facing nice and flat on the bench. And I'm feeling this in my hamstrings and in my glutes. Again, you can put a small weight on your belly if you want to. I choose not to today. I'm going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As I'm going to emphasize in all my videos, I like to really make efficient use of my time. So I want to have really decrease my amount of time that I'm resting. So now I'm going to go to a plie squat. Plie squat, your feet are wider, my toes are out, my knees are aligned with my toes so they're not coming inward, and I'm going to do another 15 of these. If you don't feel like doing reps, you can also set a timer and do a series of like 30 seconds to a minute intervals as well. Make it fun. Think of things you want to do to create variety, and more importantly, to increase the odds that you're actually going to do the workouts. That's what I try to do. I try to kind of mix things up every time, make it fun. 13, 14, 15. Okay. That one I didn't cue you. You go to about parallel on that one, or a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to go ahead and do 10 reps single leg. And I'm really going to focus on my supporting leg, squeezing that butt, and really working my glute. You think this can't make you sore, but it really can. I tell you, this is the best exercise. And it's not hard on your knees, it's not hard on your hips or anything. And one more. I'm going to switch legs. The other thing to keep in mind is to keep your leg that's in the air at about straight up. I try not to bring it up here. Try to keep it really neutral. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a sumo squat. Sumo squat, your feet are a little bit wider than your regular stance squats. And I'm having my toes facing forward, so they're not out. But again, I'm not keeping those knees in. So the more well-rounded your workout is in terms of which body parts you're working, it's going to create much less chance that you're going to get hurt, which is, in addition to trying to look good, we're really trying to avoid injury. So this is going to work. You get a different emphasize. Now again, it's working all parts of your legs. You can't dismiss every part, but it is. We want to place the emphasis on a different part of your leg. 6, 7. All right, I got 7 more. Now I'm going to try to go a little bit below parallel, really engaging those glutes. 11, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. Just like I changed the stance on my squats, I'm going to change the stance on my glute raises. So now, I'm going to go wider with my legs, and I'm going to go back to 2 legs, but I'm going to grab a weight. Just to put a little, now, I'm actually going to walk my feet a little bit closer to my butt. The closer that your feet are to your butt, and the higher you get your butt in the air, you're emphasizing the glutes more than the hamstrings. So this set, I'm going to focus on that movement. And I'm just going to do 10. 4, and I'm pressing my back down on every rep. I shouldn't be able to come here and put my hand underneath my back. That would be indicative that I'm doing it incorrectly. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let's do one last set of squats, but this time we're going to add in a pulse just to make it a little. We're going to try to go as deep as we can below parallel. We're going to pulse up part way and then go back down, and we're only going to do between about 12 reps of this. So we're going to go down, up part way, down and up. That's 1 rep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping my body guessing. Just make sure you don't let those knees roll in. I'm just going to do a few more. 11 and 12. Okay. We're done with squats. We're going to do one last set of glute raises. This one, I'm going to revisit the single leg version, but I'm going to put that, this one's going to be a little bit harder. You don't have to do it this way, but for those who want to try it, my supporting leg I'm going to bring out to the side, just again, to be a little bit different on how I train it. If not, and I want to just go regular stance, you're still getting an effective workout. So don't, either way, choice is yours. And I'm doing 10 reps. I'm walking my foot a little bit further away from my butt than I was last time to focus a little bit more on the hamstrings. 10, switching legs. Probably a good time to cue you to make sure that you're breathing. Take a nice deep breath. Sometimes I tend to hold my breath when I work out. 10, okay. It's also a good time, just take a step back, hold it, and just stretch out your leg for a second. You've just done a lot of work for your legs. I'm just gonna take a few times to swing back and forth in a controlled manner just to stretch out my whole leg. Other side. Okay. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. And I'm gonna turn to the side here for a second. I'm gonna do a stationary lunge. These are really good when I do these all the time when I'm just at home, I don't have a lot of weights available. In fact, I'm not even gonna use any weights today. But I am gonna make sure that my knee on my front foot is right over my heel, right over my ankle. I'm gonna drop straight down, but I'm gonna increase my reps to make up for the fact that I'm not using any weights. My next thing I'm gonna do is engage my core. You're gonna hear that a lot. So make sure when I say engage my core, I'm pulling my abs in. I'm moving my pelvis forward. I'm taking a nice deep breath, and I'm gonna drop straight down. This is good for stabilizing your ankles. It works your quad, it works your glutes, it works a little bit of your hamstring. Now my stance is a little on the wide side, so I'm going to scoot it in a little bit. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to switch legs. You'll probably find one leg's a little bit stronger than the other. I would start with my weaker leg. 5. The other thing to cue is to not lean forward, so you really want to drop straight down. Okay, we're almost halfway. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together. Okay, 5 more. 4. I'm going to shake out my leg. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do one more set of that. This time we're just going to do about 12 to 15 reps. And I'm going to hold just a 5-pound weight on this one. I'm actually holding the weight this time, more to give myself a little bit of upper body stability. 2, 3, 6, 11, 12. Okay, other leg. 1, 2. All right, we're halfway. 6 more reps. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All righty. Now we're going to switch gears. Now we're going to do a series of floor work. I'm going to grab my mat. Actually, I'll move it this way so you can, I'm going to give you a side view so you can kind of watch my form. First set, you can put your hands up here or down. I just keep my elbows. I'm going to pull my abs in, and And I'm gonna go ahead and do what's called a donkey kick. But I'm bending my knee. You can also do a straight leg donkey kick, but this one, I'm gonna keep my leg bent. This works your hamstring and your glutes. Switching legs. I'm also trying to keep my hips level. Okay, between each round, I'm just going to stretch for a second. Next set, I'm going to show you the straight leg variety. A lot of times people make the mistake, they feel like they have to go really high. You really don't. Just go to about hip level, a little bit higher than that. Okay, I'm going to do 10 more. 10, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. All right, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next step we're going to do, I'm sure you guys have all heard of the fire hydrants. I'm going to go ahead and do a set of these. This works your outer glutes. And I'm squeezing at the top, really engaging that muscle. All right, switching legs. 3, 4, 5, 7. All right, a few more reps. Okay. All right, now I'm going to move to the side. And I'm going to push that back a little bit. I'm going to stack my legs, stack my hips, and I'm going to kind of lean forward a little bit. Work a little bit between my mid and back of my hip. I'm going to go ahead and bend my leg first. I'm kind of rotating forward a little bit so I focus on the back part of my hip right there. 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm going to do 5 more and then I'm going to go to straight leg. 5. Okay. You can also play around with the position of your toes to impact where you are feeling that in your leg. So now I'm kind of switching my emphasis from here down to here a little bit by sticking my toe up in the air facing the ceiling. Just getting in a different position makes a big difference on where I feel it. Okay, that was 10. I was going to do facing, now I'm going to put my toe facing neutral. And I'm going to unstack my hips just a little bit, just again to feel it right here. If you want to, you can always add on like set of ankle weights if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, but honestly, I don't think you need to. Just increase your reps and increase your sets. All right, I feel that burn already. Okay, I'm gonna switch sides. go straight legs, stick my toe up in the air. All right, now I'm going to put the foot facing neutral. And finally, bringing it down. All right. We can't neglect our calves either, so we're going to do that in a second. But before that, since none of us have leg extension machines in our homes, or most likely none of us do, I'm going to show you just a quick little cheap version you can do with just your body weight. I'm going to flex my leg, and I'm going to change the positions of my foot, and that's going to work. Little emphasis on the front of the leg, those quadriceps. This one you can kind of relax at the same time. So I'm just going to bring my head in, bend my leg, flex my foot, changing the position of my leg. I'm going to do 50 of these. 11, 12. This is a good time to remember to focus on your breath. Now I'm going to work a little bit of the emphasis on the inner part of my quadricep. I'm going to finish up my reps with my toe facing outwards. All right, other side. 3, 4. Okay, we're almost halfway. All right, closing in. All right, I'm going to face my toe inwards, get those last few, and now I'm going to face it outwards, just like my other leg. Get that. All right, I promise I haven't forgotten about the calves, but I'm going to show you quick inner thigh. I'm sure you've done this before, but we're just going to, again, ankle weights actually would be great for this, but you don't need them. I would just focus on the pulsing. If you don't have them, just focus on the pulsing out. We're going to go ahead and do 25 of these. 50, 60. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do one more set. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feels like a good stretch at the same time. 6, 7. All right, almost there. 19. 21, I'm going to bring the last couple in all the way. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Calves, if you have any stairs in your house, you can actually do them on flat surface as well too, but I'm going to just do right here on flat surface. And kind of like my general theme of this workout video has been changing my toe direction, my foot direction to impact where I'm affecting it, feeling the effect on my muscles. I'm going to go ahead and change my stance here as well, since the calves are no exception to that. So now I'm going to a V foot position. Now since your calves have to support your whole body as you walk through your day, it does take them a little bit more to get to fatigue. So we're gonna go ahead and do about 100 of these. But I'm gonna keep moving them. My toe position around, now I'm gonna face inwards. All right, we'll finish that just neutral. I'm a rapid fire, I'm changing my tempo, but I'm not forgetting to really squeeze at the top. All right, let's hit another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'd be remiss if I didn't focus a little bit on our stretching. So I'm gonna go to the floor and I'm gonna stretch out my legs. It'd be great if you had like a strap or a long, you can even use the a belt, more like a pliable belt, scarf, towel, but you don't have to have it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it without having any kind of thing. So I'm gonna stretch, first of all I'm gonna point my toe, and then I'm gonna stretch my hip. Hold it. Okay, I'm going to take my first leg and I'm actually going to stretch out my outer thigh and I'm going to look toward the wall, away from the leg that's bending. Nice deep breath. I'm going to go to my other side. Back to my first leg. This is another stretch for my outer thigh. I'm just going to stretch out. It's really important to, this is where I'm the tightest. I'm really going to focus on this. This is basically a modified pigeon pose from yoga, but I'm doing it on the floor. Stretch out my quadriceps by leaning on my side, bringing my foot up to my butt. I feel that stretch all the way right there. Might go away. All right, I'm going to finish up. Stretching out my hip flexor by going into a kneeling position and pressing my body forward. If you want a little extra stretch, you can lift your arm up in the air. Go into a runner's lunge. That's stretching out my glute. I'm going to keep my hands on the inside of my leg. Then I'm going to switch sides. Make sure you don't skip, just even if it's a few minutes of stretching, just definitely try to throw in a few of them. And that is it. In about 30 minutes, you have a full lower body workout. Thanks for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions or you have requests for future videos, please feel free to reach out to me at aneedles@CreightonFarms.com. I would really love to hear from any of you. And thanks again for joining me today. Take care. Bye.